All right.
Oh, the mics weren't on. They were charged, but they
Yeah,
weren't on.
we look good.
All right, here we go.
All right.
I'm not even going to give the date this time. I'm going to say, hey,
Okay.
welcome to On Deck. This is Kevin, and I'm on deck today with Curtis Dowds. Some of you may have seen his picture on Facebook recently. He's a candidate for City Council, and I've known Curtis for, I don't know, 6 years, I guess?
Yeah.
5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
We go way back, and Curtis decided, I don't know when, I haven't talked to him about it, but one day I heard he's running for City Council, so I wanted to have him on and just give him an opportunity to share a little bit about himself and what his, what he sees in our community and what he'd like to improve and some of the things he's done, give you a little bit of information about him so you can get to know him. So, Curtis, go ahead and just start with your history and where you grew up and what you've done in your life.
Okay. Well, contrary to some popular belief, I'm a Michigander, born and raised in Jackson. All my life, all my adolescent life and young adult life. So I went to Jackson High School. I went to Jackson Community College. Then I went to Lansing Community College. And then I went to Michigan State University. And I attended the Mid-Michigan Police Academy in Lansing Community College.
Okay.
One of the best in the state. Best in the state, one of the best in the country. So I went on to work for Jackson Police Department. They put me through first. So I'm at one point was the youngest police officer in the state of Michigan at 20 years old.
20?
Yeah. I had to ask Governor Blanchard at the time for permission for me to carry a firearm because they had to be 21. Yeah.
He gave you permission?
He gave me permission.
Was it a special thing? I mean,
it was a special thing. I was a fresh face, hadn't been seen in a squad car before, so they wanted me to do some undercover drug work. So it was a special thing. Yeah. Yeah. So it was granted. It was fun.
And so you at 20, you're a police officer in Jackson.
Yes.
In a squad car and going around on patrol and all that?
Not initially. Did a lot of undercover work at first.
Okay.
Fresh face, young kid.
But didn't they know you in Jackson?
Isn't that something? That's what I said.
You were like a sports star then.
Right, exactly.
Did you wear a wig or something? What did you do? Did you go incognito?
No, at the time, it was during a big drug epidemic in the early 80s, and a lot of Detroit drug dealers.
So
Chicago, Detroit dealers were coming in.
94.
Yes, meeting in Jackson because it's a midpoint right in the middle there. So they were meeting in Jackson, conducting a lot of transactions, setting up houses and stuff like that. So it kind of worked out. I got outed a few times, but it kind of worked out. Yeah. I did some good work down there for a while.
All right. Yeah. And then what?
Then, that was about 2 years. Then I transferred up to Lansing. I was recruited to go to Lansing. Wanted to work for the bigger police department. They got helicopters and dogs and all that jazz. And for a young guy, that's attractive.
How old were you when you went to Lansing?
22.
So a couple years in Jackson.
Did
you do undercover stuff in Lansing?
No, I was straight in police car, a squad car. So I worked 10 years in Lansing as a street cop. Yeah.
All right. Street.
Yeah. And then after I did that, I wound up going out to Missouri. I left Michigan, got married, moved out to Missouri, and I switched over to fire. So I was an assistant to the fire chief and did some fireman work. So I've got some in the trenches experience with police and fire when it comes to what kind of equipment you might need and what kind of methods and procedures that we use, and just a lot of the budgets. I got to understand some budget, do some things on some budgets. I also worked in telecom with the city municipality, so I kind of had an idea with what kind of phone and communications and computer needs and that kind of thing. Worked with that for a while. A lot of budget stuff.
So you have some history, some background that might be beneficial to our community.
That's what I was thinking. When I moved here 5-6 years ago, I had the same questions everybody else does. I like this community. Don't get me wrong. I love Owosso. There's very little I would change about Owosso. For me, it's more about protecting what I like about Owosso, preserving what I like about Owosso, and maybe improving. That's where the change comes in, right?
Yeah.
To improve something, you got to change it.
Do you want to elaborate on the things you like about Owosso?
I like Owosso. Well, I'm not going to put my address out there, but I like that I don't have to, it's low crime.
Yeah.
For somebody that worked in law enforcement and public safety, I don't have to lock my doors during the day. I lock them at night, common sense, right? but I don't have to lock my doors during the day. And I lived some places where you absolutely had to do that.
Yeah.
I like the community feel here. I talk to people all the time. People hold the doors for each other. It's not perfect. Every community's got something
Right. Right.
and could use some improvement, but I have never, I want to stick up for Owosso here because I know something about history. I like history. And I've researched some things.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some historical data that says Owosso was a sundown town and there was some racial calamity and some tensions before and a lack of diversity. But I'm going to tell you, since I've been in Owosso, I have never felt made to feel belittled or not important or any racial epithets toward my way. And
That's awesome.
yeah, and I go all over the place. I talk to
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
And I'm going to stick up for Owosso there because I think it's one of the most repented communities in that area that I've ever lived in. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what would have caused, how it's transcended that, that reputation. I mean, we made Malcolm X's book. If you
Hmm.
read the book Malcolm X, it calls us out here in Owosso.
Hmm.
And so I'm glad to hear that you have good experiences.
I've had great experiences here. I have.
That's
Yeah.
good to know.
Hmm.
That's good to
Yeah. And I see maybe diversity starting to take root here a little bit.
know.
I see more people of color.
Uh-huh.
Um, Even in my neighborhood. I live in a nice neighborhood over by Memorial Hospital. I love that neighborhood, and I'm starting to see a little more
It's a
diversity
true
there.
neighborhood.
It's a true neighborhood. Here's an
It's just
example.
houses. I mean, it's just houses.
We all got 4 feet chain link fences, and we like talking to our neighbors. The other night, I just resurfaced my driveway, so I'm putting some touches on it
Uh-huh.
with the surface there, and I'm out there painting it with a paintbrush. And a couple neighbors walk by, and I've only seen them once or twice, and we got in a conversation, and we were talking maybe 2.5 hours. I mean,
Wow.
the coating got dry on my paintbrush.
Yeah. You stand in the road.
And they didn't know I was running for council,
No.
but we just discussed what we like about Owosso and
Uh-huh.
some changes that maybe could benefit this area. And we just talked as neighbors, just two neighbors, chopping it up about the community that we live in, what we like and what we'd like to see improved. Mostly what we like about Owosso.
Yeah.
And this was a long time, lifetime Owosso citizen, resident. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I enjoy that the most because I don't know the community that deep. I don't have history here.
Right.
I could speak to what I experienced and what I see going on in the last 6 years. But you folks have been here all your life.
That's me.
Those are the people I want to talk to.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to work on getting some good, clean, affordable water here.
Yeah.
That's very important. I live here like anybody else.
I just paid my water bill today.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Oh yeah, painful.
It was painful.
Mine was too.
I have to pay for both,
Yeah,
upstairs and downstairs.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
geez.
obviously, you want to do that. Obviously, the roads are something to contend with.
This is one of the best roads in Owosso right here.
I've been down your road a few times. I don't know about that.
It is too bad because it's got this nice boulevard,
Yeah.
and you got the armory you can see at
Yeah.
the end and all the trees, and
Right.
then you can't, you're just clunking around worried about, when I ride my bike, I got to watch it.
Hmm.
I don't pay attention to like 20 feet in front of me, 30 feet in front of me. I can get in trouble
Pothole
just by
take
hitting something.
it'll take you out. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be very big,
Yeah.
but I like the new roads.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I go towards those. It's like they got bike lanes and everything. Like, yeah, we'll see how quick we can get to those. But yeah, the roads would be awesome.
Yeah, we all live here in the community. We all pay our fair share of taxes. Now, I live in one of the higher tax-based areas in the city, in the community, and we have some situations with our roads too. Now, for me, just wanting to make sure that we're fiscally responsible in this city. I know we have a $59 million budget.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that is allocated to the roads or what needs to be beefed up or revisited there. But on city council, that's something that I would set as a priority. I just see it as a priority. We need that.
Yeah. I don't think you'll find much argument there. No, we want bad roads.
Yeah.
Well, most people associate, well, if we're going to do the roads, the taxes are going to go up. And
Yeah.
some people, I know people who live out in the country, they like their dirt roads.
Yeah.
It's really,
I do, again, with my experience with city management somewhat, I do know that sometimes it's just not prudent resurface the road until you have some situations with the infrastructure. You got to put in some new pipes. You got to
Well,
put
they
in
did all
some new
that.
fiber or something
They
like
did
that.
that every you see all these black patches up
Mm-hmm.
and down the road.
Mm-hmm.
They came in and redid our water lines.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's, I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be done.
Once
Everybody
every
had flags in their yards from consumers.
yeah. So history, dictates that usually once all the infrastructure is taking place, then you can probably be on the schedule for a new surface in the road. We're not going to have to touch that for 5 or 10 years or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So
Okay.
we need to look into that.
Yeah, it'd be good because I'm not up on what the schedule is for
Yeah.
any kind of road
Yeah.
improvements, unless it's the states coming in. Like Washington was a state highway, so they did that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's mandated from
Stewart Street got
federal
redone,
to state.
and I don't know where that came.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably look into it. So I like the idea that you want to preserve, and not necessarily, just make what we've got solid, right?
Yeah. Solid. Yeah.
Because there is infrastructure, all kinds of, they're tearing down buildings and stuff like that. Things are getting old. I think that stuff has been neglected. It's not real sexy,
Yeah.
but it's important to maintain.
I've talked to a few people about that too, and no offense to our neighbors, Flint, 18 miles away from here, but we don't want to look like Flint, right? With abandoned
No.
houses and all. And I know that there's a number of abandoned houses, abandoned commercial properties, vacant lots, undeveloped, starting to prop up here. I think for this little community, that's a little much. And I just like to see some more new business redevelopment come in. And I think there just needs to be some more incentive to incentivize those dollars to come and reinvest into Owosso. It's not a big metropolis, it's not going to be a big area that's going to attract those big companies or big corporations or anything like that. But I see some good traction with small business owners. I talk to a lot of people that own small businesses. And with all of this real estate that's available, we just like to see some type of incentives, or as a city, just make up some incentive programs where we can entice people with a few bucks want to come in and invest in the city and make this a better place for all of us to live, play, and work. I was to tell you, when I lived in Jackson, we had the same problem. A lot of 100-year-old homes were starting to get dilapidated, falling down. City was making just lots all over the place. And one of the things that we decided to do down there was they decided to create a program where you first come, first serve. You could purchase one of these falling down properties for $1. There has to be a financial transaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for $1, you purchase a property. Now you have 2 years in which to bring that property into fruition where you can live into it, bring it back up to code, bring it up to a single family dwelling. You can't make it apartments or anything like that, but single family dwelling. So the coding department has to come in and approve everything. And they even found free money, grants and scholarships if there's foundational issues, or if there was plumbing problems, roofing, they'll help you with that.
Yeah.
And it
I know
caused.
there's roofing right now available through the city of Owosso, I think.
There you go. Programs like
Windows
that.
and roofing or something. I'm not sure.
I think there
I
is
heard
windows and
about
roofing.
that
Yeah.
last winter
Yeah.
sometime.
So we experienced a surge of maybe 100 houses a year being
Bought for a buck.
bought for a buck. And within, next couple of years, they were viable residences where, small income, low income people could afford to buy a house again.
Yeah.
And
make it, livable.
and make it livable. So the neighborhood, didn't look so shamrackled. It kept out the shooting galleries where, the homeless people and mentally challenged were breaking into homes and using them for a shooting gallery to use drugs and commit crimes and that kind of thing. But it also gave the city a revenue tax base on those properties.
Sure.
So a lot of times
you're paying a buck, but you're paying taxes.
You're paying taxes. So what they did though, and I would propose this here in Owosso, that if the property has already been surrendered back to the city for non-payment of taxes, you have to forgive that prior tax debt for that prior owner. That's the problem that they had, where people didn't want to buy the property. Yeah,
because they'd have to take the back taxes.
Take the back taxes, yeah. So we would forgive all of the prior tax, but you'll be responsible for the taxes going forward. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think it's fair.
I mean,
yeah.
It's property, so it's property taxes.
Exactly. I've talked to a couple of business owners in the city, and they like that idea.
Yeah, I think. Well, now what could people buy? Like, if the city tears down the house, could somebody buy that lot for $1? Would that work?
It's the same thing.
You could buy the lot.
You could buy the lot for $1,
build a house,
but you had to build a house within 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, within 5 years, and we don't have to adopt that exact program, but maybe something similar that works here
I'm
in
sure it'd be
Owosso for
case by
us. It's
case.
case
Like,
by case.
you know,
Yeah,
one house is restorable, another
yeah,
house is like it might be
yeah,
better just
yeah. Every
to
community is
start from
different.
scratch,
Yeah,
depending on what the owner wanted to do.
exactly. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting. I think they were doing that in Detroit. You know, Detroit has they've gone from what like 2 million people down to 800,000
I know,
people, and
right?
they have
Yeah,
whole areas that used to be houses that are just
whole little small communities. Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
know,
But
they're doing
interestingly
urban
enough,
gardens and stuff.
yeah. But interestingly enough, they're on the list as one of the best comeback cities in America.
Detroit is really I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Whenever I go
yeah,
down there, I enjoy Detroit a
yeah.
lot.
They put the money where the mouth is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's clean. I never
Hmm.
had any issues. You know, I feel safe down there.
Hmm.
There's great restaurants. You know, there's great like museums,
Yeah.
things to do. Yeah, it's great.
Maybe some of the casino money helped too.
I don't
So,
know what helped. If it was maybe some pizza money helped.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe
true.
some.
That's true. But the
I think the
downtown
mayor's
redevelopment
done
is
a good
great.
job. I
Yeah.
think the mayor, you know, the mayor in San Francisco is doing a good job now. If they get somebody in there who decides, hey, we're going to turn this around, it can be done.
Yeah, it can be
You
done.
know,
It needs to
and
be done.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. All right. What else do we need to talk about here? Oh, we need to talk about Shannon's car.
Oh, it's okay, right?
So my daughter bought her car from Curtis, actually Curtis's wife. You're married, correct?
Married. Yes.
Chris,
Met my wife here at church.
yeah, going to church. I know another guy who's shopping at church for more than just Jesus.
I was
Not
just
that you were doing that; you're just minding your own business.
no, just me and Jesus, but a bonus
Yeah.
game. Yeah,
So Chris popped into the picture. I remember that.
yeah, yeah.
And then you got married at McCurdy Park,
Yes,
and
McCurdy Park.
it was a good celebration.
It was a good day.
And now you're a resident of Owosso.
Yeah, love
I'm
Owasso.
glad you didn't, you know, decide to stay in Corona there because she lived in Corona,
We
right?
started out in Corona.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a little dollhouse.
yeah, in a little dollhouse. Yeah.
You're not suited for a little dollhouse.
No, big guy in a little dollhouse doesn't work.
When I first saw Curtis, I thought he was Charles Barkley, and I don't know if you get that from anybody else.
Oh, if I had a
This
dollar
guy,
for every
for
time.
every
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
Charles Barkley.
yeah.
Just maybe if you had his money.
Oh, yeah. I used to tell people I'm his broke brother Curtis.
Broke. Well, as much as he gambles, he might be broke.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah,
You know, the more
yeah,
you have, the more you blow.
yeah. When we were younger, I looked a lot like him. And interestingly enough, I played his basketball style as well. So I always wore his number in junior high and high school.
The round mound of
Round
rebound.
mound of rebound.
And that was your specialty, just keeping them out of the paint,
Yeah, that was
buttoning
it.
them up.
Yeah, yeah. I played
Stick.
7 footers at 6 feet. It was fun. It was
They
fun.
couldn't get around you.
Well, that was 100 pounds ago, though, Kevin. I could dunk a basketball behind my head, but
You could?
I can't. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could get up
Yeah.
there. Can't do that today.
Why did you play basketball at Michigan State?
Oh, football was my sport.
Who were the basketball players at Michigan State?
Oh,
It was after Magic.
it was
Magic
after
was
Magic.
79.
After Magic, it was during the George Perlish years. Yeah, Magic was 79, so I was there in
You're
84,
oh,
85.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, practice squad.
yeah. Practice squad. Yeah, best seats in the house.
I remember going over to Michigan State, Notre Dame, when they had freshman teams. And
Mm-hmm,
Brad Van Pelt,
mm-hmm.
who's a Owosso, famous Owossoan, was on the freshman Michigan State team.
Ah,
And yeah, they don't have freshman teams
no, they
anymore.
don't. I remember those too.
It's fun. You could go right down on the field and talk to them and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Yeah, those were the days. Okay, well, I don't know what else we need to talk about, Curtis. Any other ideas you have for the community that you'd like to share with people? Or anything more about yourself?
Hmm. Well, again, I was riding around today and I was just down to 21. And I looked at all of those commercial properties, the vacant lots.
East 21?
Yeah,
West 21?
east.
East
Yeah,
21?
just right now that, I know the city stops right there um, before it gets out
Past Gould
where
Street?
all Gould
Yeah.
Street is. Yeah,
Yeah.
but just all the property but it's all connected. To me, it's one big area. I mean, commerce there is going to bring money here, right?
Okay, so we were in Westtown, our church,
Mm-hmm.
and they started a corridor improvement authority down there. It's sort of like a DDA, but
Okay.
because there was a state highway going through, and it was a whole thing of capturing the taxes, anything above the tax base at that time could go to any revenue brought in could go to this entity.
Okay.
And they were saying at that time 25,000 cars a day.
Wow. Wow.
25,000
So
cars
that
a
little
day.
thoroughfare right there in West
I think it
Town.
was a little less in West Town than out and the Miracle Mile out here on
Okay.
East 21.
Okay.
But going through West Town, and if
That's interesting.
if you are around during, it's never not busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always cars. Yeah, 25,000. I couldn't believe that.
It's safe to say it's probably more than that now.
Could be.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like the theory. It seems to be growing. You just got to keep it safe, Um, protect and serve. Public safety is my background.
Uh-huh.
I'm a God-fearing, Bible-believing Christian.
Right.
Servant,
Hearts.
always been a servant.
Servant hearts.
Even when I wasn't a policeman, I had servants jobs. So I got a servant's heart, and I just believe that we got to protect the kids from anything negative that's going to influence them, and give them a chance.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance.
Yeah. I went to vote today, and the kids were playing basketball. It was good to see. It's always good to see the kids out playing.
Yeah.
It used to be the thing. I mean, that's all we did when we were kids.
Yeah, we didn't have a choice.
Get out there and play.
Yeah, I kicked my kids out. Get out there. Come back in dinner time. Yeah. Go out and fall down.
Face till the street lights.
Yeah.
Well, they're voting today on the school proposal to, refurbish the schools and make the necessary repairs and stuff like that. For the kids, that's the big campaign slogan for the kids. We definitely want to protect our children. Another question for you that I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Oh, well, you kind of mentioned it as far as your race and being accepted in our community. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, everybody deserves to be heard. Race, color, creed, it doesn't matter. You deserve a voice and to be heard, and it's important. Um, it's very important. I'm a moderate conservative Christian.
Yeah.
I believe in what I believe, but I'm open-minded.
Sure.
And I think everybody deserves a voice.
Well, I think it would be great if we could just get along.
Yeah.
Why can't we just get along?
That was my part.
Why can't we all just get along?
Rodney
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
And I see, I think it's profitable to divide people up into their groups and pit them against each other.
Yeah.
It would be cool to to educate the community a little bit more about their community, that they do own it, that they are citizens, and what that means, how they can contribute. So,
You care, and that's contribute. That's the thing right there. I didn't want to be part of the problem. I definitely want to be part of the solution. I really thought some of the experiences that I've had and some of my background and some of special trainings. I'm a certified conflict trainer. I'm a resolution guy. I believe that there's a lid for every pot. There's a solution for every problem. So I wanted to be a part of that. And I had the same questions everybody else got. Where's the money? Why is the canopy of the trees over the road? Why are the roads so bad? I don't know what the prior administration has done, but Jerry Heber's a friend of mine. And we talk a lot about how the city's progress and what's needed. And I know he's outgoing from the city council. So I feel like it'd be great to step in and pick up the work that they've left off and take it further. I'd like to do that.
It would be nice, and this is just me and what I do. So the boulevard, when they mow it, they don't necessarily weed whack around the tree. And they don't, like the edge of the curb there where it meets the grass, that hasn't been so I go out there, and I weed whack around the trees in this section. That one, there's a tree down there that was leaning. I hope it's okay. So we were down there. I sent it into the city, and they said they're going to have the DPW look at it.
Take a look at it.
Evaluate. There's a new plant, and I don't know. I got to go look at it again.
Oh, I see it right there on the parkway.
Yeah, it's got the little green.
It's got a serious lean to it. Yeah.
So, but it looked like it was just planted or something. There was like a space around the root. That I don't know what happened to it. to straighten it up.
Hmm.
But if the community members would just take stock, like downtown, you shovel your sidewalk,
Yes, yeah,
you keep it nice, you plant the flowers, you do all that
right,
stuff.
right, yeah.
If I
Take
know,
pride in your community.
yeah, if
Hmm.
every resident and then the neighborhoods can kind of gel together, I think the rentals are a problem because they just don't have that sense of ownership or pride in their property.
Some do, but most don't. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people who are
yeah,
renting,
yeah,
but it'd be nice if they did.
yeah. And I don't know what it's going to take to bring that mentality. I know when I rented property prior to being able to be in a position to own property, that was built into me and instilled
Yeah,
by my parents. That's your home. Treat it like your home. Take care of it like your home. I don't know. We got to put that
yeah.
back in this younger generation, I
Well, a
guess.
lot of the before we bought this duplex, it's like I heard the horror stories of renters and
Hmm.
how they trash places and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Rent control's another one. We need to look into that. I hear about the rents going up. The problem is the secret's out. When I left Michigan and moved out to California for 27 years, I came back here 6 years ago. I couldn't believe
How
the
cheap it
cost of
was.
living and
Yeah,
how cheap it. Well, the secret's out. Michigan's a great place to be, right? And I knew a
for
lot of,
that,
yeah, yeah. Well, for that,
especially here.
yeah, yeah. Well, especially here. Yeah, I love Owosso. It's right in the middle of everything. If
Yeah,
we want some big city things, concerts, or if we got to go to some big shopping venues, we can go to Detroit, 45 minutes away, or
Grand Rapids,
Lansing, or Grand
Lansing,
Rapids, or
Flint.
Flint.
Yeah,
It's great for that. And then
lakes
come,
surrounded by fresh water.
yes, I come back home to my nice quiet community. I love that we're a golf cart community. One of
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite things is just jump on my cart and ride around and talk to people and grab some cone zone and come by here.
Oh, where's your cart? Let's go.
Right, in these batteries. But I'll be campaigning. You'll see me all over.
Yeah, that's a great thing to campaign in.
Yeah, I'll,
That's a great
I'll be the guy
idea.
on the sidewalk.
That's a great idea. Yeah. So the election's in November, so you got between now and November.
November 3rd.
And
Yep.
you're getting set up so we'll see signs and
See,
stuff like that.
see signs and some literature soon.
All
Anywhere that I can do a meet and greet, tell the story, let people get to know me. I mean, you all know me and you know what I stand for, but everybody don't. I'm kind of unknown, but I really, really am grateful for the opportunity to run, win or lose, and see if I can make a difference in Owosso. So anywhere I can go to a senior center or to a church or wherever I can be invited to answer some
to talk.
questions,
That's
to
a great
talk,
idea.
and let people get to know me. It's not just about talk points.
Right.
I want to say nothing that you can't really work and deliver on,
That's
and really get down to the bottom of.
unfortunately
One thing
people.
I learned in college is how to research. I'm a researcher. It's like when I lived in Missouri and they really needed a fire truck, little community I was living in. And they didn't have the $450,000 at the time, but they absolutely had to have a truck. And they were scrambling. They were going to have to cancel and cut some costs in some needed areas. And I suggested, why don't we just look and see if there's somebody charitable out there? I worked in big cities. We had huge budgets, and a lot of times there was a lot of waste. And I said, there might be somebody out there willing to give us a truck. Don't you know? We found
Yeah.
a truck in Illinois.
Hmm.
All we had to do was pay $2,500 delivery fee.
Wow.
It didn't meet their need. It was a newer truck, but it didn't meet their needs.
Right.
So the wasteful
Part
folks
of
that
it.
they were,
Illinois is
non-fiscal
famous for
responsibility
that.
folks that
Yeah.
they were, they just went and bought a new truck. So they had this truck and they put it online, and we found it. And for $2,500 delivery, we saved $450,000 in the budget. I think I bring that kind of thought
And you
outside the
have
box
time,
thinking.
right?
I'm retired.
You're retired.
Yeah, I'm retired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
you can put a lot of hours in if you so desire.
I plan to.
Because
I'm
city
just used.
council, big dollars.
Oh yeah, $10 per meeting. When I
Your
saw that,
rewards will be in heaven, Curtis. Your rewards will be.
$10 per meeting. Oh,
Yeah, they got to
I
do
had
it.
to jump on that one right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It's definitely a labor of love.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I appreciate about you is your servant's heart, and you want to contribute to the community, want to help
Definitely,
make it better,
definitely.
and we're all about that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you and for this next election and the candidates that are running, and hopefully we can get some momentum going as far as I've got a thing that I did a few years ago, and I should redo it. I've talked about it on one of my podcasts
Hmm.
too. It's called Elevate,
Okay.
Elevate Owosso.
Okay.
And at the time, it was just about being, lifting things up. But then business owners started. I started talking to them, and there were 4 C's, and there's still some businesses who do it. Who do you elevate? Well, you elevate as a person in a business. You elevate, your coworkers, your customers,
Mm-hmm.
your company, and
Mm-hmm.
your community.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
everything is elevated.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're trying to do: is
Mm-hmm.
to elevate it, make it better.
That's what we're called to do.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I know for a fact there's at least 2 businesses in Owosso that make that part of their weekly staff meeting.
That's good.
And
Edify and lift up.
I had little stickers and stuff. And
That's
I
cool.
don't know. I got a Facebook page for it.
Yeah.
Might have to re-engage
Yeah.
that.
It's just the right size community, this community, where things like that can catch fire.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna take much. Just
Yeah.
the right match gotta be lit at the right time.
Right.
And
Right.
it'll catch fire.
You're right.
And the community could just improve.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say change. I don't like the word change. It's overrated, and everything don't need to change. Or some people want to come in with the sword of change. I'm gonna change everything I can. No, I just think we need to protect and preserve and improve the things that we need to improve. And I want to agree with the Owossans. Do you say Owossans? From Jackson, we say Jacksonians. I don't know what we are here.
What we're from Owosso, couldn't be prouder if you can't fish, so yell a little Owassonian. I guess we would be
Owassonian.
Owassonians.
Okay, I want to.
I know Crun is Crunians.
Okay, that don't sound right.
Sorry, Crunians. Forgive me.
But I just want to agree with the Owassonians. What needs to be changed? I don't really have an agenda, but I'm really good at applying some common sense solutions to some problems. And I think I live here like anybody else, so I think I want what most people would want in their community.
Sounds like a good note to end on.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
You're welcome, Kevin. Right. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. My pleasure. See y'all. Till next time.
Vote Owosso, November 3rd. Thank you.
Curtis Dowds. Curtis Dowds. VOWDS.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep.